Um, I welcome everyone here to Parliament today. Both our staff are expert, young analysts, visitors. All I wish everyone a productive 2023. Announcements by the chair. Let me see. We appointed a subcommittee to oversee the establishment of the casino regulator, consisting of the following members: the Honorable Priyadarshana Yapa, Honorable Chandima Veerakodi, Honorable Sumandiran, Honorable Mayantha Dissanayake, Honorable Professor Ranjit Bandara. This is based on the request made by the President and the tough position that this committee took, that we were not going to issue a casino license without a casino regulator. But given the need for the investments to come in, we relented and we gave them 6 months, actually 9 months. So there is a schedule that has been agreed. Who is here from the Treasury? Mr. Vimalendra Raja. Are you representing the Treasury today for the Secretary Treasury? Right, okay, that's fine. We have sent you, the Secretary the timeline. It has to be strictly enforced. Otherwise, we will not let you continue to proceed, because you undertook. So I think by the end of this month, I can't recall exactly, you will have to come up with a basic sort of framework. So please convey this to the Secretary when you get back to your office. So that's the announcement. The committee, subcommittee will be chaired by Honorable Yapa. Yes, please.
Yeah, I think it's a very good contribution. We appreciate that work that has been put forward. But knowing this country, when something good happens, always there is a spoiler. In order to be aware of that and to avoid, we also would like to see a TOR of this committee. What is the mandate of this committee? How this committee is going to work transparently. And that is important. I think if you highlight that with the time frame also, the mandate of this committee, objective of this committee, TRO, and how long this committee is going to be. Is it a permanent committee? Such thing need to be also ironed out, I believe.
Indra, please make note of what Honorable Raghavan has mentioned here. And what he's saying is, let us make sure that we all are in agreement with the TOR of this committee in terms of working with the Ministry of Finance in establishing the regulator. Actually, what happened, as you all know, isn't Mahinda? Right, hello, welcome. I was wondering whether you are coming. I just conveyed to Mr. Vimalendra Raja about the undertaking that the Finance Ministry has, the undertaking that you agreed with us on the casino regulator. So there's a schedule, right? So we have to stick to the schedule. And there we have to sort of, we'll discuss in the committee what specifically the committee's responsibilities are. And we can ask Honorable Yapa to draft it, and we can discuss it here. I'm not part of that committee. He will be heading it, and then we can finally, he'll have to bring it to our committee. And we have to work with the Finance Ministry to ensure that we have it on time. Confirmation of the minutes. Could somebody confirm the minutes of the last meeting, please?
Honorable Chair, at the minutes 2.2, I have a small clarification before I raise my hand. 2.2 says about Indian model of revenue generation, expected 61 billion, but only expected 68 billion, I suppose in Indian rupees, but only realizing 61. And then the next line talks about casino. I do not understand whether it's a typo error or...
No. What this is we asked the Treasury to work out the estimated revenue if they hypothetically applied the Indian scenario to the Sri Lankan data set. So this 62 billion is Sri Lankan rupees, what they would have got if they apply the Indian personal income tax structure. Then the 7 billion, what we said is that there is enough tax to be collected.
මේක එකෝ එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒක හදන්නකෝ. කවුද ඉන්නේ මෙතන මේ ඔඩියෝ කරන අය?
Right.
මදාම මේ කාමරේ ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා.
Right. So that other 7 billion can be easily collected. Right. That's what it is. Yeah, there is some English could have been written better.
Better, ne?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
I'll
okay.
make that correction.
Subject to that.
Yeah. Okay. Right. All right. Then business of the day, regulations under the Colombo Port City Economic Commission Act number 11 of 2021. So this is the only business we have for today. Let us get started. You see, yesterday we were told that before we start, we would request you to identify yourself for the record, please. Starting with Mr. Siriwadana, Secretary.
Mahinda Siriwadana, Secretary to Treasury.
Naimuddin, newly appointed Secretary, Minister of Investment Promotion.
Member. Saliya Vikramasuriya, Commission Member.
Director of Finance, Port City Economic Commission.
Department of Trade Investments.
Vindhya Veerasekara, Director Legal and Corporate Affairs of Port City Economic Commission.
Devan Vikramasuriya, Director Finance and Compliance, Colombo Port City. State Council Shama.
Sorry?
Senior Assistant Director for Asian Central Bank. Biramji Samarathuka, Senior Assistant Director, Bank Supervision Department, Central Bank. Dinushna Jayendra, Minister of Legal Affairs, Minister of Investment Promotion.
Swinta Bhattacharya, Yes Sir, Minister of Investment Promotion.
Is that it? Now, when we sent a letter to the chairman of the Port City Economic Commission, we had received a reply giving some names of certain officials who were supposed to be here today. The person who was supposed to head the delegation was an acting Director General by the name of, what's his name? Acting Director General Dr. Priyat Vikrama. Is he here?
He is not here, sir.
Why is he not here?
We have informed him. And,
you see, we were trying to find out who runs this thing. So we tried to look for a website for the Colombo Port City Economic Commission and we couldn't find one. Is it that people couldn't Google it or you don't have a website?
Chairman, may I answer that question? As the longest serving member of the Commission, I have the background you will need to have. When you Google Port City, you automatically go to the project website.
That's right.
We wanted to avoid confusion for anybody searching for Port City by drawing attention to the fact that there might be a Commission website and a Port City website. So the Commission website has been developed now, it's completed, and there is a brand transformation, trademark transformation.
Unacceptable. When did you start operating?
As a Commission,
Yes.
in June 2021.
What is today?
It is January the 4th,
How
2023.
long has lapsed?
My calculations tell me a year and a half.
Salia, come on. You worked in various senior positions before. Does it take 1.5 years to have an official presence online?
No, it does not. But there is a reason for that,
So
Chairman.
the thing is, we don't know who runs this thing. We don't know who the commissioners are. Because the last thing we saw was SR article and what was it? Some other people. Then we had to look for a newspaper article. It said Dinesh Virakkodi is the chairman. I mean, surely, if you are trying to attract investors, the first thing, don't you think Salia is to have an appropriately, functional and descriptive website? How can an operation run in this, universe without a website? I mean, come on.
Chairman, may I answer that question?
No, but you said it is ready. It is
ready.
probably internally ready. But what I am saying is, you should be ashamed of yourselves. This commission, the Director General, that there is no website or there is no electronic address for this so-called largest investment of Sri Lanka. And you are supposed to apply online. If you are supposed to apply you are bringing here regulations that you want this committee to pass. And those have to be submitted electronically. You don't have a website. We don't know who the commissioners are. We don't know what the act is. We don't know what charges you have imposed. We haven't seen the background of the people. We want to know who is the chairman. What is his background? How did he get there? Who is the Director General? So, when can you actually have your presence online? I would like, and where is this Director General? Who is your CEO?
The Director General is the CEO of the Commission.
But do you have a Director General?
We have an acting Director General.
Why is he acting?
He's acting, Chairman, because the objective of the Commission was to recruit from the international arena a Director General with commensurate experience to take over a project of this magnitude. We couldn't find one in Sri Lanka, so we actually recruited one from New Zealand, but that was just before April, and the situation in the country changed, and we had to defer that recruitment. So until then, from June last year to April this year, I was the acting Director General. Then from April to now, it's Dr. Priyat. It was supposed to be for a month or two, but he never actually came because of the situation in Sri Lanka.
So now, Aegis Department, what's your name, please? State Council Ratnapala. Now, legally, does an acting Director General carry the same authority as a Director General?
If the acting Director General empowers to do whatever the scope of work, it can be interpreted in that line, Honorable Chair. But there should be a specific scope of work which it should be entrusted on that particular person.
Because sometimes the acting person doesn't always carry the full authority of the regular appointment.
That's correct.
That is correct?
That's correct.
But in this case, that is not so.
Not so.
Okay.
So may I add to that, please?
Yes.
The role, powers and functions of the Director General are specified in the Act. The Director General is appointed by the President of the country into that capacity. So in this case, the appointment letter stays acting. It said for mine and it said for Dr. Vikramas, it says acting because there is a plan to have a permanent person. But it does not diminish the executive responsibility, roles and powers and functions of the office.
Okay, thank you very much for that clarification. We are clear now. But where is this person? I mean, how can we run this committee today if the person who is supposed to be in charge is not here?
You all don't know and no excuse given. So
Where is the excuse? Was an excuse, sir?
So in effect, what these officials are doing, not only disrespecting this committee, but the entire parliament. We are not interested in, actually I am not interested, I know chairman is not interested in finding fault at individual level. Now this organization, this commission, supposed to be 21st century's commission, not one old one that Sri Lanka is operating and inundated with problems. But then if you all are also struggling with the same darkness, then there is a serious issue. How can we bring $5 billion of investment when you all can't get together, you act together? And I mean, start with no website, and there is an acting commission only, and that person doesn't attend meetings. So this is exactly a failed Pradeshiya Sabha, nothing but that.
So the no website is a deliberate, conscious decision, and we can explain that if you have.
Okay, so then alternative. Let me ask a stupid question. Fonterra in New Zealand wants to find out. How do they find out about you all? What do you have to offer? How do they find out? Through our embassy, High Commission. Is that with the...
No.
Then?
The arrangement is that the project as a whole, the rules and regulations are set by the Commission. The marketing and promotion is done by the...
නෑ මම අහන සරල ප්‍රශ්නයක් කියන්නකෝ. Fonterra is the largest milk product producer. He wants to come to you all.
They Google Port City.
Okay.
Port City King, there will be a page. That page will be contacted. That page will contact us and put us.
So there is a drop down, according to Chairman. There is a drop down. Then there is
no break in
another link.
No, just somebody can put, somebody can somebody.
Why
put
don't
the
we show
Port
that?
City.
I mean, this is what you are going to
Port City, that is a private enterprise. I mean, that is their thing. Right? In that there is and that has been last updated in 21 June or something like that. But I try to go into the who we are, about us or something. That has information about themselves. There is no information about who the commission is. There are no links to, the regulatory body. I mean, we don't need to get stuck on this, but what I'm saying is it cannot be a conscious decision, Honorable, Mr. Commissioner, it cannot be. That is, if that
we
was...
accept the fact that we have not kept the Parliament a separate, shall we say, informational distribution on who the Commission is. But the fact of the matter is that internationally there is no recognition of the difference between the Commission and the project company.
No, that is completely wrong. The Commission has the authority.
So that is true. But all I'm saying is the perception outside of Sri Lanka, they don't see a difference between, they just see the project. So we are keeping the project identity the same, and internally our commission has developed its own website, but the reason why it has not been launched yet is because the website needs to have content. Content is the regulations we are passing here.
How long you need that? How long you need that? You said 1.5 years.
So we have a regulation meeting right now, so we need those regulations passed.
No, listen, I mean, let us, we are all professionals, no?
Yeah.
There is, please don't say that you all don't have content to put in a website.
For 1.5 years.
I mean, at least you can say this commission's responsibilities are this. This is the act of parliament that gives the commission the power. This commission has the authority to do A, B and C. This commission is run by Mr. Dinesh Virakodi, who is the chairman, Mr. Riaz Mueller, Mr. Salia Vikramasuriya, Mr. Mahinda Siriwardana, etc. And such person is the secretary of the treasury. Such person was a chief of the big five accounting firm, whatever. That brings credibility, right? And then you can say, look, we are working on the regulations. We're going to be adding regulations as and when. So I think, let us make sure that the commission is separate from the company. The company is a private entity. The commission is us.
Regulatory body.
Right? It's a regulatory body, right? So that's the first thing. And I'm still waiting for an answer. Now, who does the Director General report to? We wrote to the chairman. The chairman has sent me a WhatsApp message at 13:33 saying he is on leave, which he has taken a month prior to, I don't know, over a month ago. So who is the acting chairman? Now, if the chairman, how long has the chairman been on leave?
So the chairman is a non-executive role. It's an appointed role. He chairs the board.
Right.
So there is no functional reason to have an acting chairman.
Fine.
The reporting structure of the Director General is to the board, Now, in this case, it's a commission, no? So he's also a commission member, so he has to report to the commission, and the
Yes.
commission reports upwards.
Okay, so now who is the commission? The commission consists of how many people?
7 people.
Who are they?
The chairman of the commission is Dinesh
He
Virakodi.
has sent an excuse. He has sent a personal excuse on my WhatsApp. I'm willing to accept it. I'll pass it around. Then
The other members are Kushan Kodituaku.
Kushan called us this morning. Just one moment.
No,
please.
excuse me. Is this the way that if one can't come today, is this the way to
No,
communicate?
it is not. It is not.
Then we will have to deal with that.
Yeah, we will deal with it. But I just want to know, right? Then Kushan, actually, he's down with COVID. He informed us, but he had the, he was professional enough to come online. He's online.
Yes.
So we appreciate that.
He's quite sick, sir.
Yeah,
So
even
then-
though he's sick, he's online, even though with COVID. Then who else? That is 2 people.
That's 2. So, chairman,
Yes.
acting director general.
So
That is, he's also a commissioner, Dr. Vikrama.
So where is he?
So I'll just give you the names. I can't tell you where they are at the moment.
I want to dismiss all you people. I mean, if you don't know where they are, this is not how to run a meeting. Yeah, let me finish. I'll let you finish.
So then that's 3 people.
Yes.
With Kushan.
Yes.
And then there's Reyes and myself.
Yes.
That's
5.
4 and 5.
Yeah.
Rohan De Silva.
Who is that? Where is he?
He's overseas. He has sent a message to us that he's actually overseas. And last but certainly not least is Mr. Mahinda Sirivardhana ST.
Right. So you got the excuse from the 4th person, Rohan De Silva. You have it.
So I have, did he send it to you, sir? I believe he has written to the chairman.
You believe.
I've seen an email.
The chairman is not here. Director General is not here. The Chief Executive Officer is the Director General. Secretary, you wrote us a letter yesterday.
Yes.
And you said he'll be leading the delegation. He is nowhere to be seen. It's not sent us an excuse. Not given a phone call. Is this how you run an organization? And you come here and ask for billions of dollars of tax relief. You asked to set up a casino regulator. You're asking for us to do regulations to do offshore banking. You're asking to sort of sidestep the central bank in offshore, various things. You don't have a chairman. You don't have a director general. You don't know where they are. You don't have a website. You are supposed to apply online. Tell me, thank you, Mr. Vikramasuriya, for all your help. I appreciate that. But tell me, Secretary, who is in charge of the Colombo Port City Commission now, as at today?
So it is chairman and the director general.
So if the chairman is not an executive, Director General his function is day-to-day operations. He can't come up with regulations. The regulations are actually the responsibility of the commission. That is why I said yesterday, we can't deal with the Director General on the regulations. The regulations come from the commission. So therefore the commission has to be here. We are not dealing with day to day. We are not a post-mortem committee. This committee is the Committee on Public Finance. Right? We are looking into the future. We are trying to make the port city work. Please understand, we want it to work. We are fully committed. Right? But if you all are not committed, if you don't even have the courtesy to tell us where the head is, what his whereabouts are. You told us he was coming. I don't know, I'll ask the committee what to do.
I think we'll have to, Chairman, that we will have to postpone this and let all of them come here first and to explain. That would be the best procedure to follow. Oh, doesn't matter. Oh. because this is the problem this country is facing. Unfortunately, even at this hour, no one understands the responsibilities. That is what I feel. They are prepared to get into positions, but when it comes to actions, different.
Chairperson, with your permission, may I kindly record my absolute dismay and full protest what's happening here. This is not a cooperative shop, sir. We're all learned men and women are handling something very crucial for the country's future. And we sit here as part of the decision makers for our future generation. But you understand, it's no point of blaming each other, but you understand things are falling apart almost like a failed cooperative shop. We cannot accept that. I cannot accept this at all. So I think collectively, let's put us together and see where we can pick up these things. I would say, I would agree with the chairperson and the former chairperson that we call a special meeting with the full body. So Secretary, we couldn't recognize you because I think your grey beard has become a little darker now. Maybe you are releasing your pressures. May ඊයේ කියද්දී මෙයා කොහෙද ඉන්නේ කියලා කිව්වේ නැද්ද ඔබතුමා?
Mail and he's overseas.
Yeah,
Who?
so
Who overseas?
yeah, but then Secretary confirms that he's coming today here, so the meeting, but he's overseas.
Yesterday's letter?
ඉතින් අපි ආපහු call කරමු මේ නිකි පිකි කරන්න බැහැනේ දැන් මේක නේ.
විහිළුවකට ගන්න එපා මේ
Exactly, that's what I want to. That's my dismay. That's what is at hand, what is being shamed is not anybody's port city or commission, but the democratic process. If this fails, you all will have another Aragalaya on the street. Some of us will pack up and go abroad, but the poor people in this country will face again. So please, let us not be the part of that game. Thank you.
You know, කරුණාකරලා තේරුම් ගන්න ලේකම්තුමා මේක ශ්‍රී ලංකා පාර්ලිමේන්තුව. ශ්‍රී ලංකා පාර්ලිමේන්තුවෙන් තමයි මේ නීති සියල්ල සම්පාදනය කරන්නේ. ඕගොල්ලෝ නෙමෙයි. හරි මෙතන අපිට යම්කිසි වගකීමක් තියෙනවා. ඒක ඔබතුමාලා අපි මම දැන් මේ නැවතත් කියන්නේ අපිට මේක සාර්ථක කරගන්න ඕනේ. මේක අපේ පෝර්ට් සිටි එක අපේ රටේ අනාගත වැඩපිළිවෙලට ලොකු දායකත්වයක් දෙන මේ ඇක්ටිවිටි එකක් බවට පරිවර්තනය කරගන්න ඕනේ. ඉතින් ඕගොල්ලෝ ඒකට ඕගොල්ලෝෙන් කිසිම ඕනකමක් තියෙන පාටක් අපිට නම් පේන්නේ නැහැ.
With the permission of the chairman, I believe this is intentionally they have done this. This is of course actually this is kind of for the like the people, they must come to the parliament when they summon. It's something which happened for a long time, and I believe this. What I see, I observe, this is intentionally they have done, and it's like this means misconduct. Just we can't say that without saying that we'll give them another day and summon them. So we have to think deeply on this, because yesterday also you have the documents that they are coming, and there are some instances where the officials can't come. We have excused them, and there are instances we have postponed. But right now all the members are here, all the technical officers are here. So they have informed us they are coming. Right now very suddenly, without having a proper cause, proper notice, they are not here. So we must look into this very serious matter as a serious matter.
Talia had your hand up first.
So I raised my hand just to offer up something to make use of this meeting on behalf of the commission members who were there before and who are not here now, but on the commission. I was offering to explain to you what the commission is doing and has been doing for the last 1.5 years. You asked us this question, but you never gave us a chance to answer. The commission comes under the Port City Economic Commission Act. That act specifies certain objectives. There are 6 or 7. Those objectives are different. FDI, knowledge transfer, business process improvement, employment creation, revenue generation, all that, investment. So we then had to conduct a global benchmarking study of each of these areas against jurisdictions that are good at them all. That took a certain period of time. Now, when we populate the website already has details of the project, how many plots, which, where, and everything. But what the people that you alluded to, investors, They actually want to know the details of how they can operate, which are the regulations, the incentives, the concessions. Now, everything else is there, but those. And until we have those, the website, with all due respect to the commissioners, people outside Sri Lanka are not really interested in who the commissioners are. It's only people.
No, I don't
in Sri
think so.
Lanka.
I'm sorry, I disagree with you.
Maybe so. I
Right?
won't make
People
that a
are
contention.
interested in knowing who is doing what in this modern world.
I withdraw that statement. It is a matter of priority, I would say.
And that's why I think government took interest to put people like you who are recognized, who are professionals.
No, sir, thank you. I take that back. I didn't mean it in a light way. I simply said that what is more important to them is what business models they can adopt, what their entry and exit process are, how they can hire and fire, how they can do their business of their choice, and for that we need regulations. So we have worked in parallel with the website development of the other one, and very soon, once we have, now this one that we are having in front of us now is how to become an authorized person. The moment we have that online, we will launch this website. It's actually ready to be launched, but when you launch a website which only contains information that is also available in another website, it doesn't bring much value. So let me go back to the benchmarking study was done against very interesting jurisdictions, not the obvious ones. We even looked at Mauritius, we looked at Labuan, we looked at Singapore for different reasons. We benchmarked against them and we drew up regulations that are aiming to be the best in class. That is what has taken a little time. And of course, there have been disruptions. Commission has also changed. So now we have a product that we can take to the world. We don't need to make mistakes on it. So we really can't experiment with the regulations. We have to have world-class regulations. And that's the stage that we are at now. So it may appear to those people, perhaps who don't know what is going on, we haven't really kept people informed, but it's not that we have been doing nothing. I just wanted to say that on behalf of the team and on behalf of the commissioners who are here and who are not here.
Well,
Thank you.
I think you misunderstood the critique made here you see, it is not about no work has been done. Nobody said that. All what we said is, if an investor wants to find out on the Colombo Port City's investment potential, there is no place on the internet that you can find it, except for the Colombo Port City's private website. So I think we don't need to give excuses. It is just have something so that at least people know, and I agree with Honorable Raghavan that people are interested in finding out who's running this. Because there was a major debate in Parliament, whether they should be Sri Lankans, whether they should be foreigners. And President Gotabaya Rajapaksa reluctantly agreed that it would be a majority Sri Lankan citizens who will be sitting in this commission, 4 Sri Lankans and 3 foreigners. And he also said the chairman shall be a Sri Lankan person. Now, these are valuable things because sometimes it is seen as a completely foreign enterprise. It is not. It shouldn't be seen that way. If you want to bring investments from different parts of the world, it should be seen as something that is of our own. So I'm not saying this to ridicule anybody. I'm not trying to say that you all didn't do work, any of that. It's just we have to have a presence in today's context. I have 2 questions and we are going to dismiss you after that. We are insulted, this committee, this parliament, by your, sort of dismissal of, the protocol and your responsibility. Secretary knows very well, right? We excuse him. He's usually supposed to be here, but because he's the busiest civil servant, he is always represented by his deputy. And there is a certain understanding. But otherwise, the secretary has to be there, or the chairman has to be there, Sali. It is not about Port City or this commission. It is every enterprise or entity that we summoned. Riaz, you had something to say.
Mr. Chairman, I just wanted to I was appointed to the commission a couple of months ago. I just want to say that firstly, it's embarrassing. You know, I mean, I don't think we want to disrespect the committee. I know how important committee is. To me personally, I got the notice yesterday afternoon about today's meeting. No,
Yes,
I'm
because we have. Go ahead, finish it.
Sorry. So I would have liked to have, you know, at least had a meeting with the commission, prepare ourselves what we need to do, because that's how we go for meetings. So I was just only yesterday told. So we will definitely be there. I will talk to the fellow commissioners because I feel embarrassed that, you know, we don't mean disrespect to the committee. It's important committee, and we will make sure that we will respond.
This, you see, we don't write to individuals.
Yeah, I know.
Listen, we don't write to you.
Yeah.
We write to the relevant authorized person. And when was is December 20? When was it? 21st of December. Is that not enough time for you?
No, I don't know who. I mean, I got.
Say, I don't really.
That's again,
so
that shows
21st
no.
of December is when we wrote.
Yeah.
That
so
shows.
Whether you have internal communication problems is not our problem.
Exactly, that shows.
The Secretary, Minister of Investment Promotions. Given the date of 5th of January at 2 p.m.
I have got this letter.
So there is institutional collapse, no? Individuals can change. There is an institutional process, no?
Going into further, I think it is best for us to give them a fair chance, be ready and come back.
But I need 30 seconds. Mr. Iknusuri, I respect you.
Thank you, sir.
But I'm saddened that a professional like you tell us that we don't know what we are doing. If that is what you meant, I want to tell you, it may that we may not understand finance and all the economics and jargons, but end of the day, the poor country people, this country's people need to understand what is happening in this administration. So therefore, don't run away with the idea that we are doing something the world doesn't know, therefore we don't have to be accountable to the world. Sorry. That's what you impressed me, because I asked you this question. I suppose you answered me, and I'm telling you, we are not working for ourselves. We are working for the citizens of this country who are very poor at this time, broken, looking for hope. If we are unable to give that, let us remove our ties and go home. That's my simple plea. Thank you.
I apologize if I gave you that impression. That's not what I meant.
Right. Okay, I think we can carry on. Like I said, I'm going to have to place 2 or 3 issues here. So when we summon you next, we don't have to ask you to go back and get this information again. Probably this time you can do that. The first thing is, you see, once we approve these, if and when these get approved, you're supposed to submit electronic. You submit documents electronically. So suppose we do it tomorrow. Suppose the regulations become available the day after. You put it on the website. Say there's pent-up demand. Lots of investors are waiting to apply the moment the regulations are out. Now you can't apply, because you don't have an electronic system.
So we do, and it's ready. We even signed the trademark agreement with it's just a matter of launching it.
Okay, so better launch it then, right? Because it takes a while
Point
once
taken.
you launch. The other thing is, now, what is your financial year? It is a calendar year. When did you start operations?
2021 from June to December.
So the first year ended when?
31st of December 2021.
So where are the accounts?
Auditor General's Department, they have done the accounts, all field work, everything has been completed. And there were few queries as to how the land should be taken into the books of accounts. So it was an accounting interpretation. We wrote to the Institute of Chartered Accountants, and then we got their feedback, and we have communicated that to Auditor General's Department. So Today also there was communication with them.
No, not, I'm talking about the 21 audit.
Yes,
So this is like, I'm talking about 12 months ago.
correct.
So where are they, when did you, what is your sort of the obligation in your act